Later in life, when I actually started coming to church here at Faithchurch, I started watching online and then ended up coming to the campus and started getting involved. And as our relationship changed, I think that was one of probably one of the most important factors, was that it was grounded in the church. Then there was a part of my life where that was missing. And I think by having the church back into my life, it created that foundation to where I was open to a new relationship. Kind of having that foundation in the church has been kind of the catalyst of the relationship. We did take advantage of the relationship conference in Florida, and that's where we were married, and it was wonderful. What we look forward to now, it's funny, it's not, a date night out, it's not an event or anything. I think what feels right to both of us is that we'll get up early and we'll share readings, or we did an iConnect group together. It's just really neat to have that relationship with each other, but knowing that relationship where the foundation started.
But I remember Pastor David saying that when they opened the Weldon campus that they needed people to step up, and we almost stand up at the same time together. We've just been nonstop from there, Everyone's been so instrumental, leadership with business and everything. It's just about getting what God's purpose is, and boy, He will ignite in you such a fire and connect you with so many like-minded people.
Our first part of our lives, we were so different, but yet had some of the same foundations. And then after we, connected and really gotten involved with the church, how things have changed so dramatically.
So it's just been a family within a family, and we're just so excited about the opportunities and not only what He's done, but what He's doing for us within Faith Church.
I had no love, I walked with rage. At the drop of the hat, I would flip out. I was wild, on a path of darkness, man. I didn't have any direction, no purpose in my steps, I just really didn't know where I was going. I'd get on stage, and sing a couple songs and playing them old say country songs and drinking shots, and then the more shots I had, the more sloppier I would get. I had no idea who I was going to be going home with or who was going to come home with me. It just made me feel more and more bitter every day. I was miserable. I looked in the mirror. I wanted to break the mirror, 2013, man, one day I woke up and I was tired, and I really couldn't stand up straight, it just felt like I had enough. But I ended up going to the hospital, and I had pulmonary embolisms. I wake up in the middle of the night, it's about 3 a.m., and I had about 10 doctors, nurses, 10 of the staff standing around me, and that was definitely out of the ordinary, because usually they come and just check some vitals or, give me a shot or two or whatever the case may be. At a certain point, I think, God, he knocked me off my feet, slow your roll down, you don't need to be in those bars, you don't need to be drinking, I got bigger and better plans for you, and that's not what it is. I met an amazing woman, she'd come up, met me in the hospital, and introduced me to Faith Church. Of course, I didn't want to go to the front, so I sat way in the back. I still had that darkness around me for a long time until, I heard Pastor Nicole's story, her testimony, everything that she's gone through, and I could relate to some of what she's been through, and Pastor Dave, whenever he preaches, he preaches with, confidence. How they didn't let negative situations get to them, and when they preached with passion, and they did it out of love. That's what I wanted in my life. I threw away the depression medication. I'm full of life. I'm energetic, I'm fit, I have energy, and I declare this over my life every day, thanks to Pastor Dave, Pastor Nicole, and by declaring greatness and positivity over my life, and you know, putting God first. And I am so thankful for Faith Church and what they've done for me. You know, it's where I got saved, it's where I got baptized, it's the church that you know, I plan on going to for the rest of my days.
I didn't care about nothing. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even plan on anything. I thought I was A-okay. I was invincible, and I didn't need nobody. Didn't have any dreams or goals, man. Found drugs, and I started doing that, and that was it. I didn't do nothing in high school. I joined every single team and quit. I never really strived for anything because I just kept in the back of my mind. I knew I was just gonna go after school and smoke some weed. Like that's what I looked forward to, and that's what I would do sometimes in the morning. Just that was my world. My mom came to me and nonchalantly told me she had breast cancer, and that's when it really hit me, because my mom is a very big firm believer. The first thing she told me was, God's toughest warriors are the ones that get tested the most. And I stood back and I looked at her and I was like, how does that make sense? At our city, and Pastor Morgan was talking about how she was going through some things and that she was ill and that she still showed up, and it just looked like this light just got brought over me. Even though I went to church for 18 years, that was the first moment that I really opened up to God. I told myself that I have goals and I am going to be somebody and I'm not nothing. I came back and started going to Faithchurch West Palm Beach. I never knew I could get a message. I started getting the message through Pastor David and Pastor Nicole. So I got the job I prayed for. I got the hours I prayed for. I'm getting married now, which I never thought would be happening. God gave me the most beautiful and wonderful woman in my life. I don't think I've ever been any happier. I don't think my mom has ever been more proud. The day I told her I was going to church, the day she saw me wake up and go to church on a Sunday, she cried a little bit. All I can say is thank you, Faith Church. Thank you, Pastor David. Thank you, Pastor Nicole. Thank you, Pastor Morgan. Thank you, Pastor Austin, for everything that you guys do and continue to do, because you really do change lives.
Felt like I was, stuck. It felt like I had a shadow of heaviness and a shadow of darkness over me that never left. Felt like I was expecting something bad to happen to me no matter where I went. No matter what I did, I expected something bad to happen. It definitely started sophomore year of high school. Fear and anxiety, panic attack, depression, like you name it, I had it. I was still trying to go to school, but every day it was just, I couldn't take it. I would try to, get out of class as much as I can because of panic attacks. So then finally, I was able to ask my mom if I could be homeschooled, and then she said, yeah. So now that I'm homeschooled, I kind of shielded myself in the house. I basically drowned myself out with video games so that I didn't have to think about my problems anymore. So I was playing video games from sun up till whenever, and then as I'm trying to go to sleep, I can't really sleep. So I would worry myself all night for no reason, and then I would end up throwing up. It was like I was imprisoned in my own head and I couldn't get out of it. Because I couldn't even leave my house, I couldn't even go a block away from my house without panic attacks and trying to get the driver to turn around and bring me back home because I just couldn't leave. And then, so it got so bad where I just finally went back to my mom and told her I couldn't take it anymore. And then she said, you got two options. You can either give it to God and let him take care of it, or you can go to the doctors and we'll get you on medication. and I didn't want to get on medication, so I said if I didn't have to, I might as well try the other option. That's what I did. I started to read the Word as much as I could. And when I came to church, I started to really try to pay attention instead of just sitting there. And it was like Pastor was speaking to me, like all the time. It was like his word was for me. That was drawing me to come back more, which led me to meet Pastor Austin. And he encouraged me to come to youth, which I did. So now coming to youth and experiencing seeing kids my age, the way how they're having fun and they aren't worried about anything, and how I'm basically supposed to be living. So that was encouraging, and then it all started to change when I got involved as much as I can, even though I didn't want to, because obviously the enemy tried to keep me away from it. I would push myself. I would push myself to get involved where I could be around the right people, and I felt good. Once you came and did it, you felt good. You felt accomplished, and so it made me even feel better. And so getting involved, volunteering at any event I could, women's conference, I volunteered in youth as much, and now Rev Night as much as I can, really helped me in that process. So back then it felt like had a heaviness over me that I couldn't shake. Felt like I was in darkness every day, all day, until I was able to actually come to God, give it all to Him, and it was like a light switch to where now I'm not in this dark place anymore. I'm headed toward a light that's never ending. It's always shining on you. So I just want to thank Pastor David, Pastor Nicole, Pastor Austin, and the whole Faith Church community for helping me through the time of need and being so caring and loving when I needed them to be.
Faithchurch, would you get on your feet tonight as we praise God, amen? Come on, let's put our hands together. God, we're grateful to you. Oh, we live in you. We're alive. Yes. Waking up knowing there's a reason. All my dreams come alive. Life is for living with you. I'll make my decision. Yeah, my eyes really wander. Really don't give you love. This freedom's untainted. With you, the moment is wasted. Come on, sing the song. See the sun now bursting through the cloud. You might turn the color right around. All is new in the Savior I found. This is living now. This is living now. restored in your presence as we worship our faith.